So here it is, HP Spectre 2019 model. This is a little bit different than anything else you've ever seen before your entire lives. Not only do you get a metal slab, but you get a metal slab that's been chiseled, refined to make it look a little bit different than the competition. What we're essentially getting is a laptop with beautiful chamfered edges, faceted edges, and a sleek and elegant design that is acceptable for the business environment. Now this thing is super light. I'm talking about 2.92 pounds, so it feels nice and comfortable in your bag. The color style is also gorgeous. This is the Poseidon blue. It comes with a blue and gold trim, but there's also a black and gold trim, which is totally optional. Now the port situation is actually really good. You have two Thunderbolt 3 ports. One is on the right-hand side and the other one is actually right here in the corner. You have a switch to turn the webcam on and off, and you have a micro SD card. I would have loved to seen a full size, but at least there is an SD card. The other side, we have USB 3.1, and on the little corner over here on the left end, you have a power button to turn the laptop on or off. I like this. It gives you certain angles to connect cords, so not all of your cords are placed on the sides, really bogging down your desk. Now the main reason to buy a 2-in-1 laptop is for its versatility. Now I'm very traditional. I like to use my laptop 90% of the time in this form factor. But you also have the option to flip it around into tent mode, which will basically give you better touch functionality since your fingers are a bit closer to the display, and it's also better for content consumption. Now you can also put this in tablet mode, which basically forces you to flip the screen flat and gives you pen functionality. Now the cool thing, HP actually provides the pen in the box, while other manufacturers, not all, but some, don't. They often force you to buy it separately. Now there's 4,096 levels of pressure, and it's really, really accurate. I wouldn't say it's as accurate as the Surface Pro, but it's pretty darn close. There's a braided cable that also comes into the box. This just allows easier flexibility when you're wrapping it back up. And you also have a USB Type-C to HDMI cable in case you need to hook it up to an external display. Now I'm not gonna bother opening up this laptop. In fact, if you wanna get inside of it, you have to rip off the rubber pads. All the screws are underneath here. That means putting them back on will look a little messy because these rubber pads are basically a sticker. But everything is soldered onto the motherboard except for the M2 NVMe SSD. Now this drive is super fast. I'm talking about read speeds that are over 3,000 megabytes a second. Battery life is absolutely insane on this laptop. Hands down, one of the best Ultrabooks that I've ever tested when it comes to battery life. I was easily getting 11 to 12 hours of use without breaking a sweat. Now apparently, the display that's being used in this laptop only pulls 1 watt, which basically means the power draw from it is very, very low. And it helps the laptop with its good battery size give you extra battery life compared to other products. Now the display itself is 1080p. You can buy this in different configurations. It has Windows Hello baked in through the camera, and there's also a fingerprint on the deck of the laptop. Now color accuracy is really good. Brightness is over about 350 nits of brightness, so no complaints there. Sound test. 2 speakers on the bottom of the laptop. They actually sound really good. Even though they're downward firing, they're bouncing off the table nicely. They're not tinny like other laptops that have bottom firing speakers. Overall, super impressed. Now the one thing I forgot to mention is the webcam. This webcam is actually a 1080p webcam. No, it's not. It's a 720p webcam. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong laptop. And this is exactly what it looks like. Very noisy, kind of blown out in my face. Not the best, but I guess it's doable for most video conferencing. Now, specs on this guy is using the new Intel Whiskey Lake processor, the i7-8565U. This model has 8 gigabytes of RAM, but you can spec it up all the way to 16 gigabytes. Now, this is overall a great performer. It's not the fastest Ultrabook I've tested, but it still performs quite well. You're not buying this to play games. You're not buying this to do heavy render loads in Adobe Premiere. You're buying this to take notes, to do productivity tasks like Excel, perhaps a little bit like Photoshop. Maybe you're a developer. This can handle coding, some light builds that you need to process in the background. But most importantly, you're buying it to last you through the entire day because the battery life is exceptional. Now, heat management is actually pretty good on this laptop. I've had some concerns with previous HP devices, but this one is significantly better. The keyboard is respectable, the surface temperatures, the CPU sometimes gets a little hot, but not hot enough for me to have cause for concern. Noise is weird because you have different profiles to play with. If this is under full load and you have it under the performance profile, yeah, fans are gonna kick on. It's gonna be a little bit noisy, but under balance, the laptop does a good job of managing things to make the fans not turn on unless it absolutely has to. The keyboard is exceptional. I love the travel distance on this. It's nice and plush. There's some good force there. I actually feel the keys are a little bit more clickable compared to the previous Spectre. I found that one to be slightly more mushier. Touchpad though, I love the horizontal space that I have to move my hands around. The vertical space is a little bit limited, but I don't like the fact they're using synaptic drivers. It's nowhere near as precise or accurate as Windows Precision. It's kind of unfortunate because there's a lot to like about this laptop and they just had to use synaptic drivers. So here's the bottom line. The HP Spectre X360 2019 is a beautiful laptop. I love this design. It speaks elegance. It has great build quality, it has good sound, the display's pretty good, it has some of the best battery life you're gonna get on a laptop. The only thing really holding it back is a mediocre touchpad. I don't know about you, I give this laptop 2 thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.